guys, in today's video we're going to be talking about some potential reasons why as a lash artist you could be losing your clients. So first of all, if you haven't already subscribed, be sure to do so. We come out with useful, helpful information for lash artists at least once or twice a week. So now we're going to get into this video. The first thing I want to say is if most of your clients are coming back and you have a really good retention rate, if clients tend to meet you and then come back to you and you don't seem to be having any issues with clients dropping off, that's a really good sign. And you can still watch this video, but more than likely this video is probably not for you since you're not having any issues with that. In this video, we're not going to necessarily talk about retention. We're not going to talk about lash retention or any technical aspects when it comes to keeping clients. Obviously, that's a really important one, but there's just not enough time to cover it in this video. In this video, we're strictly going to be talking about your behaviors and small things that you could do to ensure that your clients keep on coming back to you again and again and again. And as we know, the cost of Facebook ads and Instagram ads is increasing. And so it is much more expensive to acquire a customer than it was like 2-3 years ago. In fact, 2-3 years ago, it was more or less free to acquire a customer on Instagram. All you have to do is post some pictures of your lash work and you would have like multiple clients messaging you and asking you for appointments. However, now it's so much harder because you have to pay for Instagram ads, you have to pay for Facebook ads. It's not free anymore. And so each client that you get, you better maximize the lifetime value of that client, because to acquire that client, more than likely you paid either Instagram or Facebook or Google or however you do your advertising, you paid money to get that customer. So it is in your best interest and in your business's best interest to ensure that you keep that client and that the client keeps on coming back over and over and over again. Because if you have to keep paying for new customers and keep on losing those new customers, chances are your profit margins are going to be really, really slim and you're not going to be able to stay in business for very long. And then the other thing is you're most likely going to burn out because all that negative energy and the stress is just not going to be very helpful. So why? Let's not get into this question now. Why are your clients dropping off? Why are they not coming back for their second appointments? So very often, the reason is within the lash artist's behavior, or the way that you treat the client. Like, let me just give you an example. One time I went to get my lashes done, and I'm not gonna obviously mention any names, but the lash artist just seemed really, like, her overall vibe and demeanor, it just felt like she was bothered by my presence. Like, she was just kind of like, she didn't want to talk. She was kind of like not really making small talk. It felt like I was annoying her. It was nothing that she said. Actually, yeah, there was something she said. She actually said like, oh, I said, oh, can I go to the restroom before we start the lashes? And she was just like, well, you have to hurry up because I only have 2 hours before my next client comes. So if you take too long, then it's going to be deducted from your lash service. I'm not going to be able to do like as many lashes. And I was just like seriously, like, I'm paying you money to do my lashes and you're making me feel like you're doing me a favor. Like, that's just how it felt. Like, it felt like she was doing me a favor. And so that experience just really put me off, because it just felt like, overall, it just felt like I was, how can I say this? Like, I just felt like a client, because before that I never really had that experience, but I really felt like a client. And obviously the lashes she did were beautiful. The lash retention was like a month, which was like really, really good. My lashes lasted forever. I got tons of compliments. She lived like 10 minutes away, which was like so convenient. Her hours were good, but I never went back because her customer service, and not just her customer service, but just like her overall demeanor, the way that she treated her client was really off-putting. So it got me thinking, you know, like a lot of lash artists that aren't even that great, or like, I mean, yeah, they're good, but like their lash work isn't necessarily like fantastic, but yet they're always booked. So why is that? Very often it's because they treat their clients really, really well. They develop relationships with their clients. It's really important for you to, if you see that the client is not interested in talking, then you zip it. You don't talk. You don't start yapping about the fight you had with your boyfriend, or the fight you had with your previous client, or gossiping about your previous clients. That's extremely off-putting also. I remember this one girl that worked with us. She was always gossiping about clients to each other. And so many clients mentioned that to us. They were like, she's been talking about like a lot of your clients, like how come she's doing that? What if she's doing the same thing about me? Because obviously that's what clients are gonna think. They're gonna think if you're talking badly about other clients to them, you're gonna do the same thing about them to someone else. So just keeping these little things in mind is so incredibly important, because you really want to create the best experience for them as possible. So I know it's not always easy to talk throughout the lash service. If the client really wants to talk and she really has something on her mind, it's all about the way you speak and the way you say it to them. Like you can say it really nicely, oh, like say it with like a little bit of laughing, or like a little bit of a joke, like, oh, by the way, like if we continue talking, I love talking to you. If we continue talking, we're just never gonna finish. We're gonna be here all night. So why don't we finish the set and then keep like 5 to 10 minutes at the end of the set, so you can fill me in on all the details from your latest dating adventure, or your latest trip, or your latest whatever they want to talk to you about. Because very often clients will want to fill you in on the details of what happened since you last saw them, because you're developing relationship with them. But if you look disinterested, or you're hurrying them, or you're telling them to hurry up, and like you have another client and all you care about is that money, like that money sign, those clients are going to go somewhere else. Because at the end of the day now, competition is getting stronger and stronger for lash artists, and you know, they have options. So it's not like you're the only one in town, and or like in your area. Very often there's going to be other lash artists that are going to be just as good, or if not better than you. And so at the end of the day, if you want to make sure that you're constantly booked and you're constantly getting those referrals, first of all, because the clients that you treat well and do their lashes well, they're going to refer their friends. But not only that, the clients keep on coming back again and again and again, and you don't have to necessarily advertise anymore and spend money on ads. You got to treat them really, really well. And that is all about your approach and the way that you speak to them, the way that if you're the same example I just gave, if you basically tell them like, oh, we got to stop talking because we're never going to finish. Like if you say it in like a kind of rude and aggressive way, that client's just going to feel really uncomfortable and will probably not want to come back again, or may not feel like coming back again. It just leaves a bad taste in their mouth. And it's all about in your approach and the way that you speak and the way that you approach the client and the way that you make them feel. And then there's other clients that obviously don't want to talk, which is fine. Like we mentioned before, they don't want to talk, that's fine. You just don't talk. You have to read them. You have to read them very well. You have to read them, like assess how they're feeling that day. If they look like they're in a little bit of a bad mood, you can talk to them, try to talk to them. If you see that they're not into it, just do their lashes and just be really nice, but don't force it. Don't force the conversation. Don't force your own problems that you're dealing with either your personal life or your other clients. That's not their problem. Like they're here to get their lashes done, to relax, to vent if they need to, and leave. Like it's not as much as you they are paying you to be their therapist, but you are not paying them to be your therapist. So that's another very important distinction to keep in mind, because if you start talking about your own things, you really don't want to burden them. Like it's not a two-way street, because you're the one working, they are coming in for the service. That's extremely important to really make that distinction. So that is it for today. I hope that you guys found this helpful and useful. I would love to know your thoughts, and I would love to hear if you guys have had experiences with clients, and if you have noticed, you know, or if you have gone for a lash service and gotten a certain kind of interaction that you liked or didn't like. I would love to hear it in the comments and see what you how you guys dealt with it. And also I would love to know what you think, and if you found this advice helpful, or if you knew this already and it's just you know, not something that you found useful, because we make videos based on your feedback and what you guys want more of, want to hear more of, want to hear less of. So it really would help us gauge you know, what you like and what you want to see more of on this channel. So thank you once again for watching, and we'll see you in